Over the last 20 years of Mainline baits, I think it's a safe bet to say that the mainstay of the company, the flagship of Mainline, has always been their dedicated food source baits, their frozen baits and their base mixes. It's how the company started out, it's how I started out with the company. The original bait, the first bait they brought out was the Grange, which was a leveller. It was akin to the hair rig. It caught from absolutely everywhere. Anyone that's been fishing for the last 10 years plus will have heard of the Grange. It was an awesome bait and still is. And over the years that followed, the baits have just got better and better. We've gone through the Fusion, the Activate, which on its own, the Activate standalone bait was amazing. Very, very instant bait. It's still something I choose if I go to France and I want a frozen bait. Air dry as well, catches as soon as you put it in a lake, and like all the dedicated food baits, they get better and better. I mean, I've fished lakes on a bait where the more you introduce, the more you catch. You get repeat captures of the same fish, which proves to me that they're willing to keep eating that bait even though they're getting caught on it. And that's a very important thing. It's obviously doing them a lot of good, and the fish recognise that and are willing to just take the bait without hesitation. And for me, that's a very important part of carp fishing. Some of my particular favourites from the ranges over the years, apart from the Active, like I say, which is an outstanding bait, were the Active Maple. The addition of the maple flavouring really did make this a very, very instant bait. It's a very strong smelling bait, but an instant carp catcher. Caught a lot of big carp from everywhere I used it, really. And the first time I used it on Dinton pastures, I caught the much sought after Bruno, over 40 pound. Everywhere I took that bait, I caught very, very, very quickly on it. But like I say, the beauty of the baits is really, for me, that you can't give the fish too much of it. None of them, most of the tastes and the flavours and the smells that are inherent in the base mix, it's part of the ingredients within the bait. It's a very palatable bait, and you can just keep feeding the fish and they'll keep coming back for more. The Fusion was a very, very good bait. I used that to catch the black mirror, actually. But nowadays we've moved on another step, and we have the two latest baits in the Mainline stable, which are the Cell and the new Grange. Now the Cell and the new Grange are slightly different from the original food source baits, in as much as they utilise a new form of protein. Now, in testing the Cell, as with all the baits, they usually get a year to a year and a half's testing prior to being released on the market. I tested the Cell personally for 18 months before it hit the shops, and I had outstanding results on it, catching fish over and again, taking over on lakes where you already had baiting companies on there, baiting firms on there, gangs of 3 or 4 lads putting in a big quantity of bait. As soon as I started using the Cell, I was out catching everybody. It was an outstanding bait. And now, moving on from the Cell, we have the new Grange, which has only been recently released. Again, I've been using it for probably a year and a half, and had similar results as I did to the Cell. It's a very meaty smelling bait, again utilising this new protein ingredient. It's got a lot of goodness, very high quality base mix, and an absolute proven catcher. The catches I've had over the last, especially over the last year after I've been introducing this bait, have been outstanding. I've been fishing a lake known as Monk's Pit and putting a lot of this in there, and for example, over this spring, in just 24 nights fishing, I think I've had 43 carp out, which really is a testament to the quality of this bait. This is going to be the new star. All of the freezer baits are available in 1 kilo bags, straight from the freezer, and they come in 2 sizes, which is an 18mm and a 16mm. Also, obviously one to match each type of bait, we do pots of frozen paste. Now these are ideal if you want to make your own cork ball pop-ups, or just fish paste on the hair, or one of my favourites, just to take a normal boilie, wrap it in a little bit of paste, and what will happen when that goes in the water, obviously the softer paste is going to break down really quickly and give off all those lovely signals instantly, and even when that's dissipated inside, you've still got your boilie firmly attached to the hair. Just one of those little edges on hardfish waters might just provide you an extra bite. To complement the freezer range of baits, we have a full range of pop-ups, one to match each of the types of bait. These are extremely buoyant, long-lasting pop-ups, give off high level of attraction. But if you want to further boost the attraction, again, one to match each sort of bait, we have the bait dips, the hook bait enhancement systems. Very thick, syrupy dip, clings well to the bait. Also got an added advantage in this: if you soak the baits in this for a short period, it hardens them off. So if you are getting hassle from nuisance fish or crayfish or whatever, these will actually, if you leave them in there for a long time, maybe for 24 hours, they'll set the baits off rock hard. Or you can use them just as a quick dip as an extra boost. If you're not fishing pop-ups, then you want a firmer bottom bait, we do the dumbbell hookers. These are a very firm mix, made from the same ingredients as each of their corresponding baits, full of goodness, full of flavour, and just that little bit more robust on the hair. Quite a hard bait. Again, one to match each of the types of bait. So there we have the frozen range of ready rolled food baits from Mainline. I can't emphasise strongly enough how good these baits are. 20 years I've been using these baits. I have caught so many carp on them, it's unbelievable. I wouldn't use anything else. But don't forget, look out for this one, the new Grange. It really is going to be something special.